Good morning. Our today's topic is adrenal gland. So before I start, first of all, how many adrenal glands do we have? We have one pair of adrenal gland, one at the anterior part of each kidney. Alright. So we have two kidneys. So there are two adrenal glands, that is one pair. So first of all, I'd like to start with explaining you this diagram given in NCERT. So here you can see this big region. This is the kidney. Above that, that is the one shaded in blue, the middle region, that is not the gland. That is the fatty layer present between the gland and the kidney. The one dotted in green, that is adrenal gland. So if in your exam, the arrow is marked at this region, the one in blue, don't mark adrenal gland as the answer because that's incorrect. So we have adrenal gland, then a fatty layer separating the gland and the kidney. Next, coming to this diagram. Now before I explain you this diagram, I would like you to recall something that you have studied in excretion. So in the structure of kidney, I'll show it right here. In the structure of kidney, you studied that there is an outer cortex and inner, with these pyramids there, inner medulla. Alright. So kidney, we have outer cortex and inner medulla. Similarly, the adrenal gland is also divided into two parts. Outer will be adrenal, same as the kidney. So adrenal cortex, and inner, the one in green that you can see here, it will be same as the kidney. So adrenal, you can see here M, so medulla, right? So medulla. Now you can see this region is quite big, and the one in green, it's small. So adrenal cortex is 75% of the entire gland, and medulla comprises of only 25%. So this is 3 times bigger than the medulla. Now I'll tell you why it's 3 times bigger. Because this adrenal cortex, again it has been divided into 3 regions, 3 layers basically. So the outer layer, coloring that with blue. Next, black middle layer, and inner red color. So inner red color, inner of adrenal cortex, not of the gland. Alright. So I guess this is pretty complex here, so I'll explain it here again. This is the outer layer of the adrenal cortex. The middle layer and the inner layer. Colors are different, so I guess that's not an issue. The black one over here is the outer layer of the adrenal cortex. Blue here is the middle layer of adrenal cortex. Red here is the inner layer of the adrenal cortex, not of the adrenal gland. Because the innermost layer of the adrenal gland is, I'm coloring that with green, that's the adrenal medulla. So I'll start labeling it now for you. The one in black, this is zona, I'll write it, zona glomerulosa. Zona glomerulosa, alright. The middle layer, the one in blue, that's again zona fasciculata. Fasciculata. The one in red, that is the innermost layer of the adrenal cortex, that's zona reticulata or reticularis, it's just the same. So these 3 layers comprise the adrenal cortex. Alright. Now the inner layer, you know that, green one, that's adrenal medulla. So these 3 layers, this is adrenal cortex that comprises of glomerulosa, fasciculata and reticulata or the reticularis, and the inner one is adrenal medulla. Alright, so how you can remember this? GFR. You studied this in excretion chapter. GFR, the layers of adrenal cortex. G for glomerulosa, F for fasciculata, and R for reticularis or reticulator. Alright, so GFR, this is a mnemonic for remembering the layers of adrenal cortex. Now each of these layers, they secrete separate hormones, different type of hormone that we'll be studying now. So I'll just recap everything for you once. First of all, we studied that this is the kidney, then we have a fatty layer separating the gland and the kidney, and then the triangular region, that's the gland. Next, coming to this diagram, no, not that diagram, this diagram. So our gland is divided into two regions, the one outer region and inner region. Inner region is pretty small, that's 25% only. Outer region is 75%. Now since it is bigger, it is three times the inner layer, so it has been divided into three parts. And those three parts are GFR, zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis. That's all. So we are done with the structure of the adrenal gland. Now we'll move to the hormones secreted by each of these layers. So we already discussed the structures of the adrenal gland, its location and its different parts. So now we'll start with the hormones secreted by each part. So we'll start with adrenal medulla and then we'll move to the adrenal cortex, and after that we'll discuss about the different diseases. Alright. So adrenal medulla. First of all, where you are taking the notes of adrenal medulla, I want you to draw this diagram. Emergency. Alright. So adrenal medulla, these secrete hormones which we need during the time of emergency. What are the hormones? These are epinephrine, also called adrenaline, and norepinephrine, also called noradrenaline. These two hormones together, they are called catecholamines. So two hormones secreted by the adrenal medulla are epinephrine or adrenaline, the other name is adrenaline, and norepinephrine, the other name is noradrenaline. Together they are called catecholamines. These hormones are also called emergency hormones, or the three F's: fight, flight and fear. The hormone with three F. Now you know the reason behind these names when I explain you the functions of these hormones. So for the time you remember, adrenal medulla, these secretes two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline, and the other names, and together they are called catecholamines, and these hormones are called the emergency hormones or hormones of the fight, flight and fear, that is the 3F. Now moving on to the functions. So when you're scared of something, the first thing that happens is your alertness increases. So as I told you, this is the emergency hormone. These hormones increase your alertness towards anything. So alertness is at peak, so increases. Next, dilates pupil. आपको जब किसी चीज से डर लगता है तो आपकी आंखें ऐसे फटी की फटी रह जाती है, right? So that's the dilation of your pupil. So the second function is pupil dilation. Third is raising of hair. These hairs that we have on our arms and our legs, raising of the hair, that is piloerection. Piloerection. Fourth, our heartbeat increases. When we are scared of something, automatically our heart starts beating very fast. So heartbeat increases. Number 5, you start sweating, right? So number 5, sweating increases. Number 6, the See, our heart starts beating very fast, so the blood supply increases. Along with blood supply, the oxygen supply to our body also increases. So O2 supply increases. Now if O2 supply increases, automatically respiration will increase. And why do we respire? The main reason behind respiration is what? Energy, increase of energy. So energy we get from glucose, right? So our blood glucose level also rises, alright? So heartbeat increased, blood flow increased, along with blood O2 also increased. If O2 is increased, the product of respiration will increase. And why do we respire? For energy, and our energy source is glucose. We derive energy from glucose, right? The main source is glucose. So glucose in our blood will increase, right? So can we call this hormone diabetogenic hormone? Yes, we can, because the glucose in our blood is increasing. Next, glucose. Now the source of glucose is not only glycogen. Yes, the major source is glycogen, but that is not the only source. So lipid breakdown will also cause increase in glucose, and protein breakdown will also cause increase in glucose. Now there is a specific term for this. Lipid forming glucose and protein forming glucose. I want you to read your book NCERT and find out the specific term for these, and then attend the next class. I'll tell you the answers there, but I want you to find that answer yourself. Next. So we just studied adrenal medulla. Now we'll study adrenal cortex, but before I actually move to this topic, I'll just do a quick recap of what we studied before. So adrenal medulla, it releases two hormones, epinephrine, norepinephrine. Combined they are called catecholamines, and these are the hormones of emergency, or the hormones with 3F: fight, flight and fear. So coming to the functions, first of all, it increases our alertness. Next, our pupil dilates. Third, raising of hair, that is piloerection. Fourth, it increases sweating. Fifth, our heartbeat increases. Number 6, O2 supply increases. Now, if O2 is increasing, that means our respiratory tract, that is getting dilated. So more of O2 will come in, and so we can also call it bronchodilators, because respiratory tract that's getting dilated, so bronchodilator. Now if O2 increases, that means respiration is increasing. Respiration means energy, energy means glucose, so glucose in our blood increases. Now what is the source of glucose? Glycogen, that is the major source, but glucose can also be formed by breakdown of lipid and protein. So I had told you to find out a term that is used for conversion of lipid to glucose and protein to glucose. We'll also discuss about it in the later half of this video, later half of adrenal cortex. So that's all. Now we'll start with the adrenal cortex.